coach a chair.
This is pretty high for me. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. You know, proud of our football team. They've done something that's never been done in University of North Carolina. Won 11 straight. The seniors are leaving a tremendous legacy, and you know, the phrase of "I've got your back" throughout the entire game. I mean, it didn't matter. You know, I think the offense put the ball on the ground a couple times inside our own 20-something yard line, and defensively held them field goals in both those situations. That's the epitome of who this team is. And they talk about, you know, having each other's back. They got it.
Why were you so effective in the first quarter?
You know, we ran the ball. I mean, our offensive line was dominant up front, you know, when we were running the football, and I thought our guys on the perimeter did a great job. And then when you got the two backs at the second level, I mean, they made people miss, and they made big plays out of it.
Larry, to go from 35-7 last year to 35-7 in the first quarter of this year, what's that say about the progress this program has made?
Well, I've been saying it all year. This team's got a lot of grit. They really do, and that started, you know, with right after the first game, and then you got to see it every game that we've gone on the road, actually. And I mean, this is a special group. They really are. I mean, there's 72 guys in that room in there that are really tight. They're really tight, and they do things for each other. They do things for something greater than themselves, you know. And so that's what makes it so special.
This team, I mean, they physically dominated you last year. Many of the same guys playing this year, and it's a completely different script. I mean, that's the grit that you talk about, or it's a complete metamorphosis of your team, really.
Yeah, I think the staff has done a tremendous job. They've done a great job with these kids, you know. And then you got to give all the credit to these players for believing in each other, you know. And the seniors have done a tremendous job of leading, and then, you know, realizing what they wanted. They took ownership in the team. And they didn't just say we want to, you know, win a Coastal Division championship and be state champs. They did what it took.
To be state champs and to, you know, complete your second goal, you won the Coastal last week, won the state this week. Just the emotions behind that or surrounding that for you.
That's pretty cool. It's really cool for them because those were the two goals we set back in January 6th, actually. Those were the two. And to see all their hard work pay off throughout the entire year and to reach their goals. You know, that's my dream, is for all of our players and our staff to be able to reach their dreams and goals. If we do that, then, you know, things are going to be pretty good for us.
So what do you start tomorrow?
Now?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've accomplished both those. It's time now. Tomorrow when we come in, we got to reset our goals, and so we'll figure out what those seniors want to do and what they want to do with this team, and then we'll set a plan after that.
Larry, is addressing the potential of making the playoff going to be addressed? Do you think that's going to be one of the goals that will be on the list?
I don't know. It's going to be up to them. I don't know that unless they want to address it, I don't know that I will, because I don't know that how much we control that. You know, I mean, we've done everything that we can do to this point, and now we've got to go and we've got to play the #1 team in the country. And so if that happens, yeah, I think that we would be very well deserved to be in the playoffs. No doubt about it in my mind.
When did you start to realize this was shaping up to be a special season the way it's turned out?
I'd have to tell you, it started in the locker room after that South Carolina game. You know, just watching the guys and how they interacted and what their, you know, just how they felt, what they were saying to each other. And then probably the next thing was being 21 down, you know, in Atlanta against Georgia Tech, against that offense and knowing what it can do. And so, you know, and then I mean, every dang time we've gone on the road, you go to Pitt on a short week, you know that was tough, and they're ranked, and then you go to Virginia Tech when there's not a person in the stadium that wants you to win, you know, and everybody's doing everything they possibly can, and these guys found a way to win. So, you know, it's a special group. There's no doubt about it.
Coach, your players' minds really seem to be into this game as opposed to next week. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I really never doubted that they would. I mean, you guys, I know y'all asked all the time about, you know, how are you going to keep them focused. You know, there was never one mention of the ACC championship game, not by a player. I mean, at least not in front of any coaches. If they were, you know, they was somewhere else. But no one talked about it. The coaches didn't talk about it. I mean, we knew what we had to do. This was to finish our goal. And you know, now we reset those goals and we can talk about it now.
When you have a first quarter, you've had a couple of first quarters like that today when things are really rolling. Can you ever sense that kind of thing is coming, or you have like
I mean, I had a great feeling before the game because of how they practiced on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I mean, it really is amazing when you sit out there and I come in off the field and the coaches were in the locker room. I said, man, that was just like Tuesday 6 weeks ago, or Tuesday 9 weeks ago, or 11 weeks ago, or Wednesday. I mean, they're just every single one of them. You know, and it's not like, I'm not going into those meetings before and saying, just beating it out of them, hey, you got to come out there and you got to give up. I don't say anything about it. This group, these seniors, they have been so consistent in how they lead this team. And everybody understands what it takes. They understand what they've got to do. And they come out, they understand that if we're going to be successful, it's going to be because of our preparation on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's what they've done.
Have you had any other teams to do that?
Yeah, I have. I have in the past. And it's pretty special. It's tough to find, but it starts with the leadership. That's where it starts. Everybody says they want to be Coastal Division champs, or in the Coastal or ACC champs, but the ones that really do what it takes to do it are the ones that make it, and that's what this group has done.
How much of that was scripted in the first quarter? Like how many plays or whatever you guys scripted?
We usually script about 12 to 15 plays. I think the first 12 were scripted till you get to third downs, and then we go to our third down calls. But all the running game was good. I mean, there was not. We came in at halftime and we talked about what we wanted to do in the second half, and it was like, well, we just keep doing what we're doing in the running game. There's no changes to be made. We made some protection adjustments, but other than that, we just ran what we were running, because they hadn't taken it away yet.
So it pretty much worked out the way you envisioned it.
Yeah, you kind of hope, but we didn't score in the second half. The second quarter. We got outscored in the second quarter. I think we had the ball 2 times in the second quarter, and we turned it over down there in the going in, so that wasn't good.
Any concerns there, the turnovers, and NC State was able to get some, even not in the short fields, able to get some drives going? Things go that well in the first quarter, is that natural?
Well, I always have concerns. We turn the football over, I'm concerned, because I know if we don't turn it over, we can win. And when we put the ball on the ground or turn it over, it gives the other team an opportunity. Our defense is playing well enough to win football games when we don't turn it over. And so, yeah, they gave up some drives. I think there was 21 third downs, and that may be the first time I've ever seen that. If that sheet's right, I don't know if I've ever been involved in that before. So you got to give them credit for the things they did.
How much credit does your defense get for, I think these games were like 9 minutes in the third quarter alone? How much credit that you talk about grit, is that kind of evidence?
No doubt about it. Give them as much credit as I can possibly give them. I don't know, those guys have done, since the day that this staff was hired, they totally bought in. Their confidence has grown week after week after week, and they are a dang good defense.
Let's take one more for good players then.
Coach, you got some big rushes from Logan. Could you envision more carries from him going forward?
Possibly. Hey, when he's that hot and he gets at the second level and he's making people miss, he can go the distance anytime. And so it was nice to see that, happen for him. Because again, he's another one. If you watch him in practice, man, he's busting it every day in practice. He is busting it. We keep track of their work capacity and yardage in a week and with the GPS units. And TJ is always up there. His work capacity is always as high as anybody's on the field. It's a tribute to him and his work ethic, and good things happen to people that work hard.
All right, thank you.